Hi, it's Asabi. Welcome back to the channel. We're on Lakeville with CaptainOz from Juicy Clan. He's in the Guerrilla 15 Tier 10 German tank destroyer. Does have a mission up, so look at that. Okay, TD8 for the budget 260. This is just a result improvement. He already holds it, but just look at the conditions. 5 times more damage than the hit points your vehicle. So he's got to do at least 9,000 hit points. But then what he's trying to do is survive and win the battle, which possibly didn't happen in the previous one. He's got on us. Alright, now he's putting blind shots into a bush that gets spotted, and you can see that taking a bit of damage on some of the other vehicles. But that is a favourite spot for fast TDs to get to. Now he's platooned with Yato in the Medicorps, so they've got their own light tank just before that, doing a similar sort of thing. But looks like he's going to put some more blind shots in. Alright, that one didn't connect, I don't think, but he believes the previous one did hit, so he's going to keep shooting there. Maybe get the Medicorps. No, not yet. A bit of a splash there, so that didn't connect. If you were sitting there and hearing all those rounds coming, you're probably trying to get a bit of cover without trying to give away your position. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he gets any damage out of that. It's just marking. Oh, there is the Medicorps. Now someone's hit him. Not sure if it's CaptainOz or not. But he certainly hit him that time. Sends him back to the garage. So first bit of damage there that we know about. But other than the mission, of course, they want to win this battle. And it looks so far that the enemy hasn't quite pushed up into the city area, so that's interesting. They are battling on the 1-2 line. It's always a favourite spot right at that EF line where tanks climb up. Everyone seems to like doing that. It's a great position actually, but not everyone can get into it, so they don't need all the tanks on that line. Alright, anyway, spotted the T-54 lightweight. That's their other light tank on the enemy team, trying to head towards the city. Okay, it's been spotted again, just outside of render range for CaptainOz, of course, but now he's back in vision. Can we get a shot on him? Just snaps a shot where he might have passed through, but he disappeared just at that spot. So again, possible blind shot, but we won't know till the end of the battle. Alright. We've got some tanks moving at the back here, and the enemy's really given up half of the map, and so CaptainOz's team pushing up does punish the Centurion Action X there. Shots landing. Now he's firing his standard rounds here. They do have a decent shot velocity. I think it's 1200 meters per second, so gives him good advantage here, particularly with tanks crossing. Doesn't have to quite lead so much. There's the VZ. And mods, he's running improved aiming, always a good thing for the Guerrilla. He's got the Bounty Rammer in Bounty mode, so he's getting better DPM. And he's got a gun range drive for improving the aim time, but that hasn't been improved at this point, so he's just getting standard range. Now, although Yato's just died, he has lit up a lot of tanks there, so now he knows where the WZ tank destroyer is, and again undeclared shot there, and it looks like that may have hit. He has been reduced in hit points, so possibly that's CaptainOz, and he certainly cops another big one there, 890 on the side, so CaptainOz's damage is climbing, and there's got the side of a strip, or most of the side of the strip that should penetrate without any problem. Still using his premium standard rounds here, I should say. They've got not great pen, but certainly enough to go through the side of a tank. And he just wants to try and remove that strip, but someone else has just done that for him. So switching to his heat rounds here. If he's going to go through the front of the tanks, he will need a heat penetration. The Guerrilla 15 is about 330, 334 maybe. But it's not fantastic for tier 10, but it's certainly decent. But it's looking for that WZ tank destroyer to get lit up again. It's got a few tanks pushing up here, but none of them quite in spotting of where that WZ might be, but that sort of indicates he's not in his original position based on where the VZ is. So possibly he's relocated. And they've got their own light tank there, the Shah ML75. This is tier 9, tier 10 battle. I didn't call that out before. So he does have a bit of an advantage here, but needs the light tank to play his part. And at the moment he's holding back behind the heavy tank, so that's not necessarily a great thing. VZ trying to do the work of a light tank here, pushing up here, trying to keep a low ground position so he doesn't get spotted. And the Martian doing a similar sort of thing, but being at tier 9, not necessarily that heavy. Oh, okay, so someone's finally spotted the WZ 113. That's enough for CaptainOz to send him back to the garage. So that brings up 5k of damage. Again, not counting the blind shots, we don't know exactly what that is, but he's just over halfway to his target, and if he can stay alive and win the battle, then he'll get what he's after if he gets the 9k. So punishes the Centurion Action X there, and just the strategy here. If you're trying to get big damage, obviously, you don't want to kill the tanks with low hit points. If there's someone sitting next to them with a lot more hit points, that's what you need to do. So it seems selfish, but if that's what you're really trying to do, then you really have to ignore the tanks, even though they might shoot you. It did cop one in the face there from the Rambo tank, and he's just going to have to be a bit more aggressive. He's still got most of his hit points, and goes after the DZT, punishes him. So again, the strategy there of going after the hit points brings him up 6.5k, and he wants someone else to take care of the Centurion Action X. And the enemy is getting reduced here. They've got a good lead, particularly in damage output. But that makes it even more urgent for CaptainOz to do something. So he's going to come around here, goes for the lower plate on the Rambo, gets a nice high roll, and he's just going to have to go for it now, take a hit as he goes past and go for the G-Saw. He's on 7k. Oh, the E50M ramming machine is there, and he definitely took a big chunk because he only got a small amount out of that. And he asks vainly to get the last kill, not for anything else other than the damage, and that leaves him on just under, or just over 7.5k. Let's go look at the details. Well, if you look at that, 10k of damage, and he certainly didn't know about that. He was actually trying to get to 8k from what he thought he'd got. We'll have a look at where that came from. Just quickly then, high caliber award for the most damage, and the Confederate award for damaging, I think it's at least 7 tanks that then get killed by your team, and the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Alright, let's have a look at the Manticore first. So he's landed 2 shots and done 1400, so yeah, that makes sense. So 1 blind shot on the Manticore, and the second one was the visible one, which you got the kill. The other one was the WZ113, so yes, 3 shots in there, 2270, so at least 2 of those were blind shots, so that explains the missing damage there. So let's have a look at the team score. Alright, it's finished on top there, both in experience and not surprisingly damage. 10.13k is what he got, 10.14. The 3 kills, of course, that we saw, 1172 base experience, and the VZ51 coming in next in terms of experience, closely followed by the VZ55 with a lot less damage. It must have picked up a fair bit of spotting, and this is, yeah, you see, you do 10k and you only get 1100 or 1200 base, is because you're giving up half of your EXP to the people spotting your targets if you're not doing it yourself. The E50M picking up nearly 3k, most of that from the ramming at the end, I reckon. It's an ace machine for ramming and getting kamikaze awards, but doesn't look like he got one on that occasion. And the Batchat Nati doing 2.3k, also playing a decent part there. Enemy team, the can opener player, getting 4.8k, would have been disappointed in being a losing team, but apart from the Rambo doing 3.2, none of the rest did a great deal. So great game there from CaptainOz, and he would have made that improved mission, of course, because he definitely got over 9k, so great result there as well, getting the honours, which means you get an extra order, I believe. No, not an order at that stage, TD8, so not until you get the TD15 mission. But he wouldn't need it anyway because he's finished the 260 line, so that's less material. All right, so he's fired 19 shots. That's a lot in a guerrilla, I've got to say. 14 hits, and each hit penetrating. So some of those blind shots, as we saw, splashing, so not doing any damage. And most of it from a long distance. Did have his platoon bonus running, and that allowed him to make a decent profit there, 59k, and that was all down to the platoon bonus. So do not ignore that when you're out there playing. If you can play in your platoon, you can basically cover your costs if you do well in a tier 10 game, which is nice and worthwhile. All right, so that's the results there. Fantastic result for CaptainOz. Getting 10k is always a nice surprise, and even more so if you didn't know you were getting it when you were playing. I'm sure you got a bit of a heart attack afterwards. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, that's an option for you. Certainly like to see your comments. Anything, either the battle or the replay or the review, please leave a comment if you can. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.